Making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May. And hello, everyone. I'm Jay. May, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jay. Actually, I was just thinking about something on my way here this morning.
Oh, yeah? What were you thinking about?
I was thinking, what will I eat for lunch today? And then I thought, wait, that's actually perfect for today's topic.
Wait, your lunch is connected to our lesson?
Yes, because today we're talking about the future simple tense, and what will I eat? That's a perfect example.
Oh, wow. I use that every day, and I didn't even know it was grammar.
That's exactly the point. The future simple tense is something you already use. We're just going to make it clearer and stronger today.
I love that. Okay, I'm ready. But first, May, should we tell our listeners something?
Yes, good thinking, Jay. If this podcast helps you learn English in a fun and easy way, please subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and share it with your friends. We make a new episode every single day, so you don't want to miss one.
Every day, so hit that subscribe button right now. Okay, May, let's go. Future simple tense. Where do we start?
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The future simple tense is how we talk about things that haven't happened yet, things in the future.
Like things that will happen later.
Exactly. And in English, we use two main ways to talk about the future. Number one, will, and number two, be going to.
Are they the same thing?
Great question. They're similar, but not exactly the same. We'll talk about both, but let's start with will because it's the classic one.
Okay, will. How do we use it?
So the formula is super simple. Subject plus will plus the base verb. That's it.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. I will call you tomorrow. She will study tonight. They will travel next week. See? Subject, will, base verb.
Oh, that's really easy. And base verb means the simple form, right? Like call, not called or calling.
Exactly right. The verb doesn't change at all. Whether it's I, you, he, she, they, will stays the same and the verb stays in base form.
So I don't have to worry about adding s or ing or anything like that?
Nothing. Zero changes. That's one reason people love will. It's so clean and easy.
Okay, I already like this tense.
Right? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Will has a short form. We call it a contraction.
You mean like a shorter version?
Yes, instead of I will, we say I'll. Instead of she will, we say she'll. Instead of they will, we say they'll.
Oh, I hear that all the time. I'll see you later. Is that future simple?
Yes, that's future simple. Every time you say I'll, you're using it.
Wow, I've been using future simple without knowing it. That feels good.
You're already a grammar expert and you didn't even know it. Now, let's talk about when we use will.
Okay, when do we use it?
The first situation is when we make a decision right now, in the moment. Like you didn't plan it before, you just decided.
Can you give me an example of that?
Sure. Imagine your friend calls you and says, I'm so hungry, I have no food at home. And you say, don't worry, I'll bring you some food.
Oh, you didn't plan that before. You just decided right then.
Exactly. That's a spontaneous decision. That's when we use will, not be going to.
Oh, interesting. So be going to is for plans you made before.
Yes, you're getting ahead of me. I love it. We'll come back to that. But yes, that's the key difference.
Okay, I'll wait. So what's another situation for will?
The second situation is predictions, when you think something will happen in the future, but you're not 100% sure.
Like a guess about the future.
Exactly. Like, I think it will rain tomorrow, or I think she'll pass the test. She studied really hard.
Oh, so it's like your opinion about what might happen.
Right. You're using your knowledge or feeling to guess about the future, and will is perfect for that.
What about facts, like definite things that will happen for sure?
Yes, that's the third use, future facts. Things we know will happen with certainty, like the sun will rise tomorrow. That's not a guess, it's a fact.
Or like New Year's Day will come on January 1st, that kind of thing.
Perfect example. Yes, those are facts about the future, and we use will for those too.
Okay, so we have spontaneous decisions, predictions, and future facts. 3 uses of will.
Beautifully summarized, Jay. You're on fire today.
Thank you. Okay, now, how do we make a negative sentence with will?
Good thinking. For negatives, we just add not after will, so will not. But in everyday speaking, we almost always say the contraction, won't.
Won't. That doesn't look like will not at all.
I know, right? Won't is one of those weird contractions in English, but trust me, you'll hear it everywhere. I won't be late. She won't forget. They won't come to the party.
Won't. Okay, I need to remember that one. It sounds so natural.
It does. And here's a tip. Once you start using won't naturally, people will think you're super fluent.
Oh, I like that tip. Okay, what about questions? How do we ask a question with will?
For questions, we flip the order. Will comes first, then the subject, then the verb. So instead of you will come, we say, will you come?
Oh, like will you help me? Or will she be there?
Yes, exactly like that. Simple flip. Will, subject, verb.
That's easy to remember. Okay, now May, you mentioned be going to earlier. I've been waiting.
Okay. Let's talk about be going to. So this is the second way we talk about the future, and the formula is subject plus the right form of be plus going to plus the base verb.
Wait, the right form of be? You mean like am, is, are?
Exactly. So you say, I am going to study. She is going to cook dinner. They are going to travel next month.
Oh, and with contractions, it's I'm going to, she's going to, they're going to.
Yes, and in fast, natural speech, going to often sounds like gonna. Have you heard that before?
Yes, I hear gonna all the time in movies and songs, so that's just fast going to.
Exactly. I'm gonna call you later. We're going to be late. It's casual and very natural in conversation, but in writing, always use going to.
Good to know. So when do we use be going to instead of will?
Okay, so the main difference, be going to, is for plans you already made before the moment of speaking.
You mean like you planned it in advance?
Right. Imagine you booked a flight last week. Today, I ask you, what are you doing this weekend? You say, I'm going to fly to Bangkok.
Because you already planned it before. You already have the ticket.
Exactly. You didn't decide right now. It was a previous plan. That's be going to.
So, if I just decided right now, I use will, but if I planned before, I use be going to.
Perfect. That's the golden rule right there.
Wait, here's a question. What if both feel correct? Like, can I use either one sometimes?
Yes, and this is where things get interesting. Sometimes both are acceptable, like for predictions. You can say, I think it will rain, or I think it's going to rain. Both work.
Oh, so I don't have to stress too much about choosing between them?
Not too much. Focus on the main difference first. Spontaneous decisions use will, Previous plans use be going to. That'll get you very far.
That's such a relief. Okay, what about time expressions, like words that go with future simple?
Oh, yes, great point. There are some common time words that signal the future, like tomorrow, next week, next year, soon, later, in an hour, this weekend.
So if I hear those words in a sentence, it's probably future simple.
Very often, yes. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to start next week. Those time words are big clues.
Okay, I want to try making some sentences. Can we do a quick practice?
Yes, let's do it. I'll give you a situation and you make a sentence.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, situation 1. Your phone is ringing. You pick it up and decide to answer. What do you say to your friend next to you?
I'll answer it?
Perfect. Spontaneous decision. I'll answer it. Great. Okay, situation 2. You bought movie tickets 3 days ago. Your coworker asks your plans for Saturday. What do you say?
I'm going to watch a movie on Saturday.
Excellent. Previous plan, be going to. You're doing so well.
This is actually fun. Okay, one more.
Situation 3. Your little sister looks worried about her English exam tomorrow. You want to encourage her. What do you say?
You will do great tomorrow.
Beautiful. That's a prediction with will. Positive and encouraging. I love it.
Wow, okay. I think I really understand this now. But May, I have one more question.
Go for it.
Is there anything people get wrong about future simple, like common mistakes?
Oh, yes. This is where things change for a lot of learners. The most common mistake, using will after the word if or when in the same sentence.
Wait, you can't use will after if?
Not in the same clause. So, for example, wrong is, if it will rain, I will stay home.
What's the right way?
Right is, if it rains, I will stay home. The if part uses present tense, even though we're talking about the future.
Oh, wow, that's tricky. So, if it rains, present tense, but I will stay home, future tense.
Exactly. The if clause stays in present simple. Only the main part of the sentence uses will.
Same with when?
Same with when. When she arrives, I'll tell her, not when she will arrive.
You won't believe how many times I've probably said that wrong.
That's okay. Now you know. And honestly, even some advanced learners make this mistake.
I feel so much better hearing that. Okay, let's talk about real life. Can you tell me a story about using future simple?
Oh, I love this. Okay, so imagine it's Sunday morning. You just woke up, you have no plans. You look at your phone and your friend texts you, "Hey, what are you doing today?"
And I say, I don't know yet?
Right. So in that moment, you start deciding, I think I'll clean my room. Maybe I'll call my mom. Oh, and I'll probably cook something nice for dinner.
Oh, all of those are spontaneous decisions, will sentences.
Exactly. But then you remember last week you promised your friend you'd go to the gym together on Sunday.
Oh no, I forgot about that. So now I say, I'm going to go to the gym with my friend?
Yes, because that was a previous plan. See how naturally we switch between will and be going to in real life?
That's so cool. It's like we use both in the same conversation without even thinking about it.
That's exactly how native speakers do it. It becomes automatic.
Okay, May, I want to ask the listeners something. Can I?
Of course.
Hey everyone, imagine it's Friday afternoon. Your boss just said, no work tomorrow, surprise day off. What will you do? Tell us in the comments. Use I will or I'm going to, and let's see your future simple sentences.
Oh, I love that. And I'll go first. I'm going to sleep in until 10 a.m.
That's the dream. I think I'll watch movies all day and eat snacks.
perfect future simple sentences from both of us. See? You're all doing it already.
Okay, May, let's do a quick summary before we close. What are the key things people should remember today?
Okay, so number 1, future simple talks about things that haven't happened yet. Number 2, we use will plus base verb. Number 3, we use be going to plus base verb. Number 4, will is for spontaneous decisions and predictions. Be going to is for previous plans. And number 5, don't use will right after if or when.
5 key points. That's so clear. Thank you, May.
Of course. And honestly, the best way to get better at this is to start using it today, even in your head. Think in English about your future plans.
Like talking to yourself?
Yes, talk to yourself in English. Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up early. I'll have coffee first. Then I'll check my messages. Make it a habit.
I actually do that sometimes. I didn't know it was helping my English.
Everything counts. Every little practice moment adds up.
Okay, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's episode on future simple tense. If you enjoy learning English with us, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share this episode with a friend who's learning English. It really helps us keep going every single day.
And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our daily episodes. We'll be back tomorrow with something new and fun.
Before we go, one last question for you, our listeners. Which is harder for you, remembering when to use will or when to use be going to? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
We read every comment, and we love hearing from all of you around the world. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
Until tomorrow, keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, you're doing better than you think.
Bye, everyone.
See you tomorrow.